Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a quick demo of the drawing capabilities of these three tablets. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition, which actually came out in late 2013. The brand new, just came out this week, the Samsung Galaxy Tab A 10.1 with the S Pen, which you could say is the successor to the 2014 edition, and the iPad Pro 9.7. So here we go. First, let's talk about price. The Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition at 32 gigabytes retails on Amazon for $549. Don't buy it there, go over to eBay and pick one up for about $200. That's where I got mine, and it's well worth the investment. The Tab A with the S Pen at 16 gigabytes retails for $337 US. And the iPad Pro 9.7 at 32 gigabytes retails for about $557 US. So what I did is I put together a little chart of the various specs from the different devices. I got the information either from Amazon or the different manufacturer websites. I apologize in advance if anything's incorrect. I just want to draw your attention to the stylus column. As we know, the iPad Pro does not come with a stylus, so you have to pay a little over $100 for the Apple Pencil, bringing the total cost of the device well over $650 US. The Samsung devices do come with a pen. It is the S Pen, and as we know, it's about the size of a golf pencil. But thank God Wacom has us covered. For the Note 2014 edition, they have the bamboo stylus feel, and it retails for about $29. If you want to get a pen for the new Tab A, you will get the bamboo smart stylus at around $32. A little note here, the bamboo smart stylus has a button on it. And when I was playing around with it, I noticed that it's very similar to the button that is on the S Pen. So you can pull up things by pressing the button on this Wacom stylus, which is a pretty neat thing. The next thing is a pen comparison. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draw the same thing on each tablet using three different applications. The first one is Sketchbook, second one is Adobe Draw, and the third one is Medipaint. This is a fairly simple demonstration, but it should give you basically an idea of how each pen works on the devices. First up, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. In Sketchbook, drawing with the S Pen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Wacom pen. This is the Wacom Bamboo Stylus Feel. Now compared to the S Pen. If you notice, the S Pen has a slightly thinner width to its stroke versus the Bamboo Stylus. Why that is, I'm not sure. Next up, the Samsung Galaxy Tab A with the S Pen. Now we're going to use the Wacom Bamboo Smart Stylus. And right off the bat, I can tell you this is one of the best feeling stylus I've ever used on a device, including the Wacom pens on the Cintiqs. It is buttery smooth, one of the best. Next, the iPad Pro 9.7. And as you can see, the Apple Pencil does a really great job. Now what I'm going to do is demonstrate two more apps using each tablet. The first will be Adobe Draw, and then Medipaint. First up, Adobe Draw. Now one thing you might want to think about here is, are we seeing latency or possibly the parallax from me recording this video at an angle. I suspect it's a little of both, and you're going to see that on all three tablets. However, it seems you see the least latency with the Apple Pencil. Now let's look at Medipaint. I think of all three apps, Medipaint just seemed to be the smoothest, regardless of device. You'll also notice that after the lines are drawn, they're rendered. So I'm using a tapered brush, but it doesn't draw tapered. And this happens both on the Samsung device and on the iPad Pro, as you can see. This is probably built into the app, so there is no latency when you draw. Though I could be totally wrong about that. Now I did a side-by-side comparison of each device using Sketchbook. Now I don't know if that side-by-side comparison really helped or not, but it kind of looked cool to make the slide. I think the main point is there isn't this great disparity between the tablets and their stylus, at least with this very limited demonstration and for the serious hobbyists like myself. So in conclusion, is there one tablet that's better than another? I really think it depends on what you want to do with it. If you're a professional and you're looking for something you can attach to your computer and use an app like AstroPad so you have a Cintiq-like experience, then the iPad Pro, either the 9.7 or the 12.9, are probably your best bet. If you're looking for a tablet just to draw with, you're not really concerned with taking it to your desktop or anything professional, maybe the Note 10.1 2014 edition, picking it up on eBay for around $200 is the way to go. There is a cheaper option. It's called pencil and paper, but everyone likes digital, right? So that's why we're looking at tablets. There is another tablet, and it's the Samsung Galaxy. That's the 9.7 with the S Pen. That is a really nice tablet. It has the same form factor as the iPad Pro 9.7, but the resolution really isn't as good as any of these tablets. I think one can be pretty torn between the Samsung Galaxy Tab A 10.1 and the iPad Pro 9.7. First, the Samsung Galaxy Tab A is about half the price of the iPad Pro. Factor in you have to spend a little over $100 for an Apple Pencil versus, say, $32 for the Wacom stylus for the Samsung Galaxy Tab A. It really does make financial sense to get the Samsung Galaxy Tab A over the iPad Pro. Unfortunately, that's not the only thing you're going to think about. One of the main concerns is apps. And I think anyone would agree, comparing the apps for Android versus the apps for your iPad, the iPad apps win for sure. There's just so many great apps in that store. If the stores were comparable, meaning if the Android store and the Apple store both had the same apps available, this would be a very interesting conversation for sure. So I think you first need to decide what you ultimately want to do with this tablet. And then the choice usually becomes a little clearer. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was beneficial in some way. Take care.